Everyone. Welcome, everyone. Hope everybody's doing okay. We truly appreciate you joining us today on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Welcome to the EmpowerHer launch party. You're all welcome. I see folks joining. So yeah, welcome. Welcome. All right. As we kind of wait for others to join, why don't we just ask ourselves? It's just March, really. The year actually just started. So let's see. Can you tell me one thing that you have done well concerning your health and wellness this year? Can you tell me one thing? One thing in the chat. I'll tell you mine. Let's see. What have I done well? Let me type it up so you can see it. Okay, as I type it up, I can tell you that I've greatly improved on my water intake. That has been one of the biggest issue for me. I don't really like to drink water. But right after I realized that drinking water is actually good for me, I've been doing much better with that. So now I have my little water bottle everywhere as I move around, and I'm sipping and I'm sipping and I'm sipping. I still don't necessarily enjoy it, but I know that it's good for me. And I think sometimes we have to remember that, right? We don't always do things that makes us feel good. We do things because they're good for us. So drinking water, I know is good for me. So I don't necessarily enjoy it, but I do it anyway. So with that said, why don't you share in the chat what you've been doing better as per your wellness and health goal this year? What have you really made some improvements on? So mine is water intake. Let's see. Someone said, okay, they're getting better on their health journey by being more focused. That is key. Being focused is important, so we don't lose focus of what we're doing and what we're doing. So yeah, okay, thank you. That's good to know. Okay, making better food options, that is amazing. That is so important to make better food options. I know that for me right now, there are some things that I can't even imagine eating anymore. Like I used to love it, and I'm like, no, I can't do this to myself anymore. Just getting that knowledge and understanding the fact that putting this in my body would do all these 5 or 7 things to me is enough to discourage me. So I walk away. There's still some struggles. I still have other areas where I'm still struggling and I'm like, oh, I really like this food. Can I have just a little bit? And it's all about balance and all of that. But I think it's important to begin to educate ourselves more to know when we should really say, I'm not doing this again. All right. Someone said, finally getting 10,000 steps. Ooh, I see you, Sister Body. Yes. And I'm happy for you. I'm happy about that. I'm proud of you, sis. Yes, let's keep doing it. It looked like it wasn't going to be possible, but it is. And you're doing it, and I'm proud of you. Someone said reducing their sugar intake. That is amazing. Let's keep doing that. Sugar is really no good. I know it tastes amazing to us, but it's really not good for all of us. So that's good. Good job. Good job. Increasing their daily walking steps. Oh, thank you, sis. Well done. Keep doing that. Yes, yes, yes. Someone said getting more sleep. I love this because it seems like sometimes we kind of overlook sleep, right? People are like, oh, in fact, to be honest with you guys, I used to tell the boys when they were still home and all of that, I used to tell them that sleep is overrated. I didn't understand the importance of sleep. And even up to today, they remind me, and I'm like, no, I'm taking that back. Sleep is actually important. We need to sleep. If we don't sleep well, even the weight loss, health, mentally, physically, all of that is actually impacted. So that's a very good one. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, 10K steps. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get into why we're here today. We've given kind of enough time to let folks join in. Thank you for being interactive. Thank you for your comments. We appreciate you. So let's go ahead and get started now. So again, welcome everyone. We truly appreciate you joining this afternoon. Welcome to the Empower Launch Party. My name, in case you didn't already know, my name is Coach Laura Erile. I'm a certified health and wellness coach. Yay, praise God for that. And our mission today is actually very simple. So but by the way, if you're wondering, why is she wearing something sparkling? I can tell you. Number one, I have two reasons, by the way. Number one reason is I'm living up to my name. If you know, you know. L is sparkles. So that's for people that already know that. So I got to sparkle. That's number one reason. Number two reason is we are officially launching the Empower app to the glory of God. That is enough to sparkle. So I'm going to be walking you through, not just me, but you'll see, I'll introduce the other presenter in a minute, but we are going to be walking you through a full demonstration of the features of the app. But before we begin, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. So please subscribe so you can stay connected and receive upcoming information and content from the EmpowerHer community. So click on that subscribe button right now as we get into it. And if you are wondering, what is EmpowerHer all about? Well, EmpowerHer is a faith-based community of like-minded women who desire to honor God by maintaining a healthy lifestyle. We all recognize that true wellness is not achieved by our own strength, but with God's help, discipline, and accountability, we can get it done together. That is all we are all about. And if you're not already part of us, join us today. Join us today. We welcome everyone is welcome to join this amazing community. So you're welcome to join starting from today. All right. I have a quick update for the iOS users. I know you've been waiting, and I understand, I feel you. But here we are, right? So we are now in the very last phase of Apple's approval process. You may already know this, but Apple's app review process is quite rigorous. But we're almost there. So please hang in there with us. I know you can't wait to get on the app. I can't wait to have you on the app. I miss you all on the app, but we're working towards it. We're almost there. And once we hear something back, we'll let you know as soon as possible. So also keep us in prayers. Let's pray about this, that God will speed in that process and make it happen for us quickly so that we can all be together. But not to worry. Today's session is being recorded and will be shared afterwards. So once the EmpowerHer app becomes available in the App Store, you'll be able to come back to this recording and watch it and watch all the demonstrations so that you have all the instructions that you need. So stay tuned, iOS users, Apple users, stay tuned. We got you. We're almost there. All right. How did this all start? It all started last summer. Late last summer, I think around August time frame, I shared a desire to build an app that would make it easier for that everyday busy woman to maintain and be aware of our overall wellness journey. That was my desire. We had a group going on WhatsApp, but I felt like we needed more. There were too many manual processes, and having an IT background, I knew that we can't really sustain that over time for growth. So I mentioned this to my husband, and he looked at me and said, I'll build one for you. And it did. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful to God for that. It did. It sure did. The truth is that this moment feels a bit unreal to me, to be honest. All I can say is thank you, Jesus. And thank you to my amazing husband for his unwavering support through it all. If you know me, I can be a little bit picky. Like, can we do this? Can we change that? Very needy sometimes. But with all of that, he stood the ground and got it done. So praise God for that. So to the glory of God the Father, who makes all things beautiful in his time, we dedicate the EmpowerHer app to him today. And we pray that it will be a blessing to many women in Jesus' mighty name. Amen, amen, and amen. Now, to all the EmpowerHer ladies out there in the house, I see you. I want to say a big congratulations to you too. We did it. We started this journey together and we are here today. So grateful for you all. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the encouragement throughout the journey. We appreciate you. Now, a quick update for our community. When I say community, I mean the EmpowerHer community. March is our transition month. What that means is that we don't expect to stay on WhatsApp forever, right? We have an app now, so we're going to start transitioning over. I understand that we're still waiting for the iOS users, and that's okay. But the goal is that by the first week of April, everyone should be on the app. Okay. And at that point, we'll begin phasing out the multiple WhatsApp group that we're managing today, and we'll have only one consolidated group for urgent communication only. Hopefully, we don't need it because we can also communicate via the app. But if we do, we just leave that on. Everyone will be in that same group, and we'll basically just go from there. That's the plan. So be on the lookout as we phase out of WhatsApp and 100% transition to our app. Okay, I think I've said enough. So drum roll, everyone. Drum roll. Are you ready for the demonstration? Are you ready, ready? So we're going to get ready soon. So let's get ready for that demo. Let's go right into the app. But as we go through the app, I wanted to just mention the fact that if you have questions along the way, there's a lot of amazing features, and you will have questions. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Okay, there's an email that will be put in the chat shortly where you can also email your questions or any kind of support that you need in there. But put your questions in the chat, because what's going to happen is that we'll make another video to answer all your questions. Another reason to subscribe. So if you subscribe, then all the questions that you asked today will be answered in the next video on our channel. So let's get to that. Okay. So if you're an Android user, you can download the app right now. If you don't already have it, download it right now. And the Google Play Store is available for immediate download. And if you have already downloaded the app, yay, well done. Feel free to follow along as we walk through the features step by step. Okay, with that said, let's start with the app demonstration, please. Okay. Can you take me out? And yeah, let's put the app up, please.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Happy to be here. Okay, so.
Okay, good. All right. Can you put the app up? If the app is already up, can folks confirm in the chat that they can see the app? Can we get a quick confirmation? Can you see the app? Can you see the app? Tell us yay, wave something so we know you can see the app. That's all we want to see right now. Thank you. I'm excited too. Yes, someone said yes. Thank you for confirming. That's all we need. Yes, yes, yes. So now that the app is up, I'm going to walk you through 2 tabs from the app, and then I'm going to hand it over to our engineer, my dear husband, to finish it up for us. So thank you for the confirmation. Okay. So now that we see this, so the very first step is to actually download the app. I think we talked about that. So download the app once it gets on the app store for iOS users, and also Google Play Store for right now. You can download it. Once it's downloaded, then the next thing is it will take you to this login page. Okay, everybody can see the login page. So there are 2 options for you here. You can either go ahead and put in your username, your email and your password, which is your username too, or you can just sign in via Google. I recommend Google. Is simple. You already have the account. You can just log you in, but you can do either or. So those are the 2 options you have here. So we can go ahead and just do the Google login right now so we can get onto the app to onboard you. So you will go ahead and do a sign in, Google sign in. Once you do that, as you can see, it would bring up a very short questionnaire for you to complete. All right. So the goal of this questionnaire is really for us to, first of all, know who you are. Number 2 is for us to be able to assign you to the best group, to the best transformation group that will work best for you. Okay. So you go ahead, get in. So let's walk through that. Okay. Already did. Thank you. I see you, Miss Hope. Thank you for already downloading. I do see you on the app. Well done. We appreciate you. So we're trying to log in right now to the app so you can get to the questionnaire. All right. So you have to, okay, so we didn't go through the Google option. We did the use email and password option. If you do that option, you have to verify your email just to make sure, like everybody else does, right? So now that we've done that, you can see, welcome to EmpowerHer is what it has on there now. Now you can go ahead and it tells you a little bit about what the app is going to be doing. And then we can now go ahead and onboard you by completing the questionnaire. So let's go ahead and move through that really quickly. So a few questions for you here. If you're a beginner, just be honest as per where you're starting from. This allows us to place you in the best group for you. So let's keep on going. Okay, what are your goals? You put that in here. Let's keep going. Just put your goals in there. Put in Jesus' name at the end of that. As you're putting that in, God can make it happen. You already know. So let's keep on filling out. So how would you like to track your steps? Okay, what motivates you? You click whatever applies. You can click multiples. Okay, so you click whatever applies to you. Okay, then join interest group. So the interest group is a group that is just an additional to your transformation group. So if there's a particular interest that you have, for example, I like the financial wellness group, or whatever group that you really want on here, read the available options. It gives you the description and select one. So we can select anyone that we want here to move ahead. We are all set. See, that was easy. You're all set. You're now onboarded, and now we can go ahead and continue to start using the app. Okay, so once you get on the app, yes, so you can do two things here. You can either subscribe to a particular plan. We have two available plans, the Anchor plan and the Glow plan. So you can pick option, or you can join for free. You can say, you know what, I'm not ready to subscribe right now. I want to try it out first, and that's okay. So you continue and you can join for free. I want to make sure that I emphasize join for free. So you can join for free. Okay, now we've decided to join for are we joining for free? Okay, I think we have to do Glow for the demo. So, okay, we've joined. Now, as you can see over here, there's a greeting. You get a greeting, morning or afternoon, whatever it is. And then there'll be an announcement button. The announcement button is something that comes directly from the coach's desk, from me, or it can also be some kind of a spiritual message for the day. You can click on the announcement button to be able to read the full message. Okay, so you can see the full message. You can scroll down and read the message. You can also like and react to the message. If you love it, give us a thumbs up, whatever it is, give something on acknowledgement, whatever you want to do. You can do that on here too for the message. Okay, so moving on. After that, you can see that you can now see your groups. So there'll be two groups assigned here. Your transformation group, this is the one that is automatically assigned to you based on the questionnaire you just completed, based on your health goals, on your wellness. You can see all of that. You can also see that in that group, you can see the numbers is showing you the total number of weight that everyone in that group wants to lose. So, for example, if I want to lose 10 pounds and someone else wants to lose 20 pounds and somebody wants to lose 30 pounds, so the system adds everything together collectively and shows us that we have this amount of weight to lose as a group. So that way we push each other, right? As I'm losing weight, as you are losing weight, the number is going down. So you're excited. We all pull each other. We encourage one another to get it done together as a team. So our goal is that for your group, you get down to 0. That's the goal. Okay. So, and also you can see your transformation group over there, the one we selected. So for that one, it would just be like a chat group talking about topics on that particular group that you actually selected. Okay, moving on now. You can see your daily steps. Of course, this is a brand new user, so there's no steps yet. But you can see their steps there. You can see their streak. You don't want to break your streak, ladies. You want to check in every day, because if you break that streak, you got to start over. So that's what I've been maintaining. It's been pushing me because I don't want to go back to 0. I have 13 streaks right now, and I want to keep that up. So you can see that count for you. All right. And then moving on, you can log your steps here if you want to. You can enter your weight here if you want to, but you can also do that on the fitness tab. That is actually where we're going to be showing this particular demonstration. Okay. So, and then you can see your progress. Because this is a brand new user, no data, right? Because we're just starting out. So we're going to actually switch to another user right now that has data. So you can actually see what it looks like after using the app for a while. You can see the data progression. So let's switch over to another user with data so we can show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is a user with data. You can see their steps for today is 16,439 steps. Way to go. So you can see that they have 38 streak. Can you imagine? You wouldn't want to break this. That means this person has been logging in for 38 days straight. Why would you want to break that? So this keeps you motivated to keep going, to keep getting your steps checked in, so that way you don't start from zero. Okay, so and then let's move all the way down to the progress. You can see, oh, sorry, meal plan. So we have the meal plans feature on the app. This is actually amazing. I love this because it's dynamic. Sometimes people get really bored of eating the same kind of food every time just because they want to stay healthy. We're not doing that here. All right. We have a meal plan. You can also change from, Nigerian to Caribbean. It's dynamic. You can change as you want to, but, you can click on it. You can get the instructions, all of that. You can see the calorie count for it. But I do have to mention that only the Glow plan will have access to the meal plan. Just to be clear, this is not for everyone. So if you're free, you might not see this. So don't come and say, Laura, why don't I see a meal plan? That's the reason why. Glow plan would see this. But it's dynamic, it's amazing. You want to get this, I tell you. All right, let's move past meal plan. You can scroll down to the bottom and you can kind of see your progress, right? There's some analytics for you. I think it's very important for you to be able to see what you have been doing. So that way you can make changes. You can adjust accordingly. You can see your progress if you're going down, up, so you can make adjustments very quickly. All right, I'm going to move past that. Let's see what else. Let's now move on to the next. I think that's everything on that tab. Okay,
yes,
so let's move on to the faith tab. This is my favorite tab on the app. Ladies, we all want to do better when it comes to our spiritual growth. Our spiritual growth is actually very, very important. I think we all know that. That's why this is faith-based. I want to encourage you all. This is a daily devotion. It takes less than 5 minutes. You go in there every day. There'll be a Bible verse on here. There'll be a devotion. And what I love most about this part is that it features different women from the Bible every single day. For example, Deborah, I think that's what you have on there today, talks about Deborah and brings out practical things that we can do every day. So there's a Bible verse, there's an opening prayer, there's daily reflection on this page. There's, featuring that woman of the Bible so that you can read about them and learn from them. And there's also today's practice based on the devotion that you just read. So there are like 4 things, I think, for this particular devotion that you can implement today in your life right away. Very practical. So please come on the app, get your devotion out of the way, pray. There's closing prayer. There's everything you need on there. It also has the body as a temple message for you every day. It has the mindful nutrition and encouragement for you every day. It has daily affirmation. Sometimes we all need that. Sometimes we're discouraged. Sometimes we're like, can I do this? Can I face the day? Yes, you can. You can get your daily affirmation here, read it, believe it, confess it throughout the day. We also have the closing prayer for the day. So please get on the faith tab. Don't just ignore the spiritual. As we all know, man shall not live by bread alone. God expects us to feed the spiritual man in us. All right. So, and also, I was going to mention one more thing for devotion. If you ever miss a devotion, don't worry. Let's say you were so busy, you forgot or something happened. Don't worry about that. That's fine. You can go back in time. Imagine you can go back in time and see the ones that you have missed, and you can always catch up on the weekends or whenever you have more time. So at this point, I think I'm done with my version of presentation here. At this point, I'm going to hand over to the real engineer behind all of this. My husband, my best supporter in the whole wide world, always there to help me, So, babes, I need your help again. Can you go ahead and finish up the presentation? I appreciate you.
Sure, thank you. Nice, lovely to be here, everyone. Yeah, so Coach said I should just run through a couple of tabs on here because the app, I've enjoyed building it. I mean, there's been a lot of feedback throughout the testing phase and transition phase and whatnot, and it's really helped shape what the app is. But we still have a lot of features coming, but I would cover what we have today, and I think it's fairly comprehensive, at least as a version 1 release of the application itself. So Coach mentioned the logging of your steps. So here is, I mean, the screen to log in your steps. You can get to that on the fitness tab, or it's also readily available on the dashboard. So it's the same thing. But let's just go switch to the fitness tab. In the fitness tab, the days start on Sunday and they end on Saturday. So throughout that week, you kind of have a total at the top bar over here. You have the total steps that you've logged that week. You have your achievements over here based on how many steps you've logged per day. So like at the bottom over here, you can see we have the, I'll show you. I'll show you that in a sec. But over here, you can see like, this person has 6 goal days and they have one goal day, and they have 6 days that they've received cups. On the middle section, we have, the celebration cards. So this is just encouragement to cheer you on as you are, logging your steps and you're making your streaks. I mean, consistency in logging your steps and also your different awards. So on this particular week, this particular lady has actually done 6 goals, which is a tall order. But even in that, she is still second in her group. So over here is where you see, like, for the reset crew, which this person belongs to, they see like the top 3 people in their group for that week. And then over here, they see basically the rest of the top 6. So this card, this bottom, this middle section shows the top 6 people in your group. And I know people are very competitive. Like, I know my wife is extremely competitive. So this is, something that you always want to be highlighted week to week as, being one of the top 3 at least, or one of the top 6 in the group. Over here, if you click view all, this is where you get to see exactly, where people rank. So we display the top 20 people in that group, and so you can see where you rank. So even though this person has 126 steps, case steps for this week, they are still ranking number 2 in that group, and they can easily see their rank. And they can also see, what everybody else is, right? So they can see that the person that is winning first currently in this group has a total of 130 case steps logged. So there are only about 4 case steps. So maybe next week you want to beat this person, or, just be more competitive in that arena. And then we have the rest. I mean, and this basically tells you what all the different symbols over here represent, right? So if you've logged more than 15K steps, you get a trophy. If you've logged between, 10K steps and 15K, you get silver, and then you get bronze for, that range. And if you are below 7,500 steps, you get, this check mark, this gray check mark over here. And if you've not tracked your steps at all for that day, you get like and I believe this is similar to what you guys already have on the WhatsApp group right now. So on here, again, is this, the button to log your steps for the day. If you haven't logged your steps, you click on that. On here, you can, we will touch on this later, but over here, you can, take pictures from your, fitness devices, or, however you log in your steps, we provided 3 different options to inflow that data or to ingest that data. So whichever is more convenient for you. I think what most people are leaning towards is the syncing, which allows you to be able to just automatically sync with your fitness device. So that way you don't have to upload pictures, you don't have to, take cell phone pictures. It just all comes together. Over here, you see, the days that we allow you to log steps for 7 days. I mean, the previous 7 days. So if you onboarded today, you'll be able to log your steps all the way from last Sunday. So, and we'll sync all that information so that you can get your strict and start building your comprehensive data in the app. So over here is the sync with Apple Health. Right now, that's currently disabled for this user. But if I went over here and allowed like a sync for my Apple Health to be in that user's profile, you would see over here that it automatically logs all my different steps. So for today, I've not really moved much. I've only had 1,200 steps, but that's how easy it is. This user has logged in steps already for today, but if you hadn't logged a step for the particular day, you could go and click on any of those days and you would automatically see steps for that particular day over here, and then you can do log steps. And then that allows you to log your steps. One thing I do want to just a tip out there is we only allow you to log your steps once a day. And because you can go back 7 days in arrears, don't log your steps too early. I mean, I will always just wait for the next day to report your steps, because then you get the full logs of your steps, all the way to midnight. You don't get anything by, checking in early, because you're only allowed to enter your steps once a day. So I would say wait till the following day before you log your step for, the previous day. So that way you get all the steps that you need for that particular day. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show on here was we have the recent activities section where we show the steps that your 3 last entries that you've logged. And you can see if you've logged through your health, if you've logged through a photo, we have a different icon here. We'll let you know. If you've logged through your fitness tracker, Health Connect and Apple Health, we would show that here. That means it's syncing from your device. If you've done manual entries, then we note that so we can see on the back end as well the ways that you inflowed or you ingested that. And then your last 3 weight entries we also show here. For our paid subscribers, this is for Anchor, and I know I've answered a lot of questions concerning like the analytics that people want to see. Okay, is it just the last 3 steps? I want to see my step from February and whatnot. So the advanced analytics, which is for our paid subscribers, gives you that view. So over here you can see like this person, as their steps over the last 30 days has increased 12%. And they can go way back in time, right? So you can see what they logged, as far back as February, because this is a 30-day window, and they can see like all their steps that they've logged throughout. They can just thumb through and see their steps as they are going through. They can see what their best days, their best steps were, what their average. So analytic information, and their best run was actually on day 50th. And so far, since this person has been using this app, they've logged over 1 million steps, right? And this show, and they've been active for 31 days. In terms of their weight journey, they are 40% to their ideal weight. The goal is, this in the last 30 days, they've lost 1.7 pounds. And again, this shows you you can like drag across and see what your different weights were at different points in your fitness journey. We also show a summary of what your weight matrix were over here as well. You can also go back in time, right? So over 30, if you click 90 days, you have the far back as 90 days, or if you wanted to even go back more than 90 days, right? You can click on that all tab as well, and that shows you everything. So far, this person has lost 3.7 pounds, and they are 40% the way through their health journey of the ideal weight that they wanted to lose. Okay, that's something I also wanted to mention. If I go back over here, I think I mentioned on the ranking, because that's another question we're getting. Over here, it's easy to see what your ranking is within the groups. I mean, within your particular transition group. And you can also like see yourself on that list as well in a glance. Okay, and then moving back to freedom, let's go to freedom real quick and touch on that. So in freedom, I'll just quickly go through this. We have the health tab in freedom, which basically, often coach will post something, about messages that, they appear here, and you see those listed as maybe a staff pick, because that's coming directly from the EmpowerHer fitness team over here. And then you would see things like, things that are basically news sources that we've aggregated that we feel would help women in their journey over here. You would see that. You can read more on those things. We cite the articles so you can read more for the readers among you. But the goal is that within a 1 minute period is like a 1 minute digest of what you can essentially read that is curated for you in terms of your fitness journey. Over here, we have, all the articles are broken down into nutrition, fitness, wellness. I believe we have mental health and a fifth section that I can't remember now. But as we curate articles, you would always see, so that you can go back to the previous articles, like, okay, what's everything they've said on wellness? You can actually see that and like go back to those news articles and read those as well. Okay, that is the health tab on the community page. For each of the groups that you belong to, the transition group and the interest group, we have chat functionality. So at any given point, someone posts something to the group, you can respond back and say, oh, I really like your post, and just type over here. You can attach pictures to that. You can attach pictures if you wanted as part of the post. You can preview that before you actually post and see, if you wanted to format your messages in a particular way, and you can post. Once you post, you have some time, you have a 15-minute window to edit or delete that post. If they are offensive posts, we've put things on there because, again, we're growing. So if they are offensive posts, you could flag those posts over here, or comments, and you could report that. We get that on our side, and we'll, moderate that to see, how we can, either take that post down or warn the user and things of that. So we built moderation into this section as well. And the same thing for your interest group, right? So you can chat with people in your interest group, because people in your interest group are not necessarily the same people in your transformation group. So this is like the community moment to just hang out with the rest of people. Also, the other thing over here is you can, you can like people's post. If you long press on any of those things, you can applaud, you can, a prayer or thank you. You can do any of those things as you're reacting to different posts in that regard. You can not only reply to a post in general, you can also reply to a comment that another user has made, right? So can we discuss this more? Because sometimes there are some very, very interesting topics that, somebody's comment is what you want to reply to, and you guys can build a thread and just keep on, tagging on and it becomes a side conversation, and you can always go back and read the entirety of the comment section in terms of the chain for that particular train of thought. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention over here was the profile tab. So on here, one thing that, like, when I showed the fitness tab, like, if you can see, these are not people's first name and last names. This is what they want to be referred to. This is the nickname that they've chosen. So some people like certain nicknames, and if you've actually assigned yourself a nickname, that's what we want to represent you as throughout the app, right? That's what you want to be called. That's what you want other users to refer to you as. So over here in the fitness, in the profile tab, is where you get to pick like the name that you want to be called. So like this person is called Fitness Gem, and let's just say we wanted to ask XYZ to that. They don't have a country assigned. You can search, and then like maybe this person is from United Kingdom. They can pick their country of residence, and if you do save. So once you save that profile, if your name has now become, Fit Gem XYZ. On the dashboard, if you go on the dashboard itself, now their name is also now Fit XYZ, right? So Focus Gem XYZ. So that's real time, and that's what will be presented. If you don't put your nickname, your first name is what we'll refer to you as. And like, when we're doing analysis, maybe some come through the first and last name. So just something to keep in mind. And this is something you can change as many times as you want, right? What name you want to be called and things of that nature. So you can always go. Also over here, again, we have the profile settings on here. And this tells you, again, just at a glance, your fitness level, which you can always change. Either you've become more active or you're now rigorously active, how much weight that you've lost so far, how many pounds you still have to go based on what you started with and what you intend to get done over here. Also, the reset crew or the transformation group that you're assigned to is auto-assigned based on that onboarding profile we showed earlier on. The interest group, you can always move interest group. So I'm in Glowing Grace. I want to jump to maybe Busy Moms now. I can say, okay, now I'm now part of the Busy Moms, right? So you can still jump within interest groups, but the transformation group is something that we auto-assign at the time we onboard you. Over here, there are things relating to account security. So you can change your password, by clicking that. You enter your current password if you wanted to change your password. In terms of the device sync, this is where you would select. I know there's been a lot of questions about this, especially on the Android side. So in your preference window, so let's say you onboarded as a manual, I want to take pictures and camera through my cameras and things of that nature. But now you come to this section where you can change your preference that, okay, I want to just automatically sync from my Fitbit. Then you can come over here, or your fitness device. It doesn't have to be a Fitbit, Apple Watch, whatever, your fitness devices. So over here, you click device sync, and then you save that setting. So now that, I wouldn't need to, like on the Apple iOS side, if I needed to log my steps now, I wouldn't need to sync. I wouldn't need to like take photos anymore. This would just be synced directly from what my fitness tracker has put in that health. Apple calls their own Apple Health, and Fitbit or Samsung or Android calls their own either Samsung Health or Health Connect. And so we pull information from those hubs. So whatever your fitness tracker is putting in those different spots is what we eventually pull in to report your steps over there. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show over here, yeah. So for over here, you can change. I mean, for UK, this was a feedback we got from the UK. We measure in the United States here. We measure in pounds. In the UK, they measure in kg. So you can flip like, between pounds and kg, and that would automatically reflect over here, right? So that's now your whole thing in, your whole weight transition from, from one metric to another. And you can save that profile and go from there. So the other thing I wanted to show was we mentioned about the meal plan. Again, this is for our Glow users. So paid users, but Glow within the paid users. Anchors don't get a meal plan, and the Anchor plan also doesn't get a meal plan. But they get everything else I've been showing, like the analytics and things of that nature. But in terms of the the Glow is the only plan that includes the meal plan. So over here, you would see like, this person has said that they wanted any cuisines. So over here, if they say, okay, they wanted Nigerian food or Caribbean, they can choose that. So here we'll just say, okay, we want Nigerian food. What I also wanted to, point out is that you can make this, because everybody has different taste buds, different appetites, palates and things of that nature. We wanted to make this customized just for you. So all this options as to, it will be hard to find a Nigerian vegetarian, meal. But over here, we just say like no preference, and we say, my sister, for example, is gluten-free. So like a food, she wants, okay, so you can say, okay, give me Nigerian food, but I want it to be gluten-free. And you can say, okay, maybe I'm allergic to maybe nuts, for example. You can say, okay, I'm allergic to nuts. So exclude things that have nuts in the ingredients. And then over here, there's a setting where you can set your custom, your custom calorie target. We calculate this based on how active you are. How active you've told us you are. And then based on like things like your weight, your original weight, because like somebody that is 200 pounds needs more calorie intake than somebody that is 150 pounds. So we take all that into consideration to actually give you your targeted weight calorie consumption for the day. But if you wanted to say, okay, I wanted to even control that even more, this is where you come and set that. So like this person has 150 calories, they are allotted. And then you can drag that, you can drag that and say, I want more calories, or I want even less calories. But you can see once you start to exceed a certain calorie count, the system warns you over here that, okay, we can let you start or give you food recommendations that would total 2250 calories a day, but you're not going to lose any weight with that. So we kind of caution you over there to, just stay within the system, the boundaries which the system has set for you. So you can click that save here. So we've now changed changed that we wanted Nigerian meal preferences, and you say this would give you an alert here saying that your dietary preference would change, based on the next time we generate a meal plan for the following week for you. And I will show you some of that as well. Okay, so we save over here. And then the last thing I wanted to show you over here is two things real quick, is the support. Over here, you can message us, tell us the things you're messaging us about, a feature request, things you want to see in the app. You had a question on billing and subscription, you had a technical issue, you can send a message or even if you have a general question. So I need help syncing my device, and you can send us, and we'll get something, a prompt on the back end that somebody has reached out, and then we normally try to get you as fast as possible. This is something I'm not sure a lot of people are aware of, but like we have a whole dedicated help center for you in terms of common questions or frequently asked questions that we've curated for you. So there's one on how to sync your steps. So this would be different, messaging for an Android device than an Apple device, but at least it gets you, common questions that you have. How do you connect? It tells you if you go to the fitness tab, you tap, you see, it just walks you through the steps. And if you found the article helpful, please give it a like so that we know that, okay, it's an helpful article. And if there was something you didn't like, then maybe our messaging wasn't clear and we need to revisit on exactly how we design or we make refinements to that help topic over there. So, and you can search things over here, right? So you can search on faith, maybe you're interested in faith. There are 2 things that came up, faith-based content. What's that all about? How do you get started, navigating the app. So we've curated a lot of things that we hope you find helpful, that would answer some of the questions that maybe you ping about, and just look at that section and see if there's already like a frequently asked question that we've addressed in that arena. I believe that's all I wanted to show. Let me see if the Nigerian meals have generated. Okay, now we see that Nigerian meals, I selected that I want Nigerian meals or Nigerian meals. So you can see, so I'm having this option of, moi moi and boiled plantain now. And it tells me, meal prep time, the nutrition fact, what it used to calculate, the calorie count of what's on my plate. And, this one is coconut rice and, goat meat. And it tells you, what we are considering, 200 grams of goat meat, so that you don't eat all goat meat. And like, what, we want to control the portion so that you get to that calorie count that we're promising that this meal is, so that you still don't exceed your daily count or your daily calorie intake. So that's really all I wanted to show. I'm going to hand back now to Coach Laura to close us off.
All right. Thank you so much, babes. That was a lot. And I know that there might still be questions. Hopefully for Android users, you were following along, you took some notes here and there, but hey, he's already showed you how to get in touch with us, so you can always do that. We are here for you at any time. We are still small enough that you can just reach me directly. But don't worry, soon you might not be able to reach me as quickly because I have too many users I'm supporting. But for now, you have free access. Reach out to me. Let me know how you are doing. If you have any questions, I'm available to help you out. So again, let's put that email address on there. Please, if you have any questions, need additional support, or you have feedback for the app, please email us at info@goempowerher.com. Ladies, download the app today, especially for Android users. You have access, and invite other people in your circle of influence to do the same. Let them download the app, let them be able to use it, help folks out. This is always a big issue for us. Our health is so important. Support other women, let them know to download for free. If they want to do that, that is fine. Remember, Empower is not about perfection. It is not. It is about progress. If we were drinking, 1 cup of water yesterday and today you're able to drink 2, that's progress. We're celebrating you. That's a big deal, and we keep on moving forward. So that is very, very important. It's about showing up daily, making better choices, encouraging one another, building healthier habits that will actually honor God, and building strength in our lives. So my prayer today, and for all of you, and even for myself, is that this app becomes a blessing, a guide, a daily reminder that your health matters and that you are capable of transformation one step at a time. So special appreciation to everyone for joining. But before we close, I want to take a moment to just really thank our testers. Thank you, testers, again. You all did an amazing job. Your feedback helped us to improve the app and to make it better for everyone. So thank you so much. And as a token of gratitude for all our testers that provided feedback, that's the key. Testers that not in a testing group, but that provided feedback to us. We have a note of that. Thank you so much. You all are going to get 3 months of the Glow subscription free. With that meal plan you just saw, you can enjoy that for free for 3 months because you did help. You took out of your busy schedule to help us test and to give us feedback. So thank you so much. And then also for the five users that registered for this event, I mentioned this for our last event. Thank you so much for registering. We have your names. You will also, all those 5 users will contact you on the side, but you will also receive 1 month of Glow plan for free. So you can test everything out, have all the full functionality, and then you can go from there. So again, we don't want to waste time. We wanted to do this 1 hour is what we promised. We know folks are busy. It's a Saturday. You have other things you need to do. So again, thank you so much for being part of this journey. Subscribe, please subscribe on our channel to keep in touch. There'll be more videos to share, more upcoming programs that we have. We have a lot to do this year by God's grace. So the Empower movement is just starting. It is just starting. We're growing and we're going to get there by His grace. So let's continue to grow, guys, or ladies, I should say. Let's stay accountable. Let's honor God with our bodies. It is important to God that we stay healthy so we can do His work for Him. So subscribe today. Join the Empower community. How can you join? Very simple. Download the app if you're an Android user. If you're not, ping me on the side. We can add you on the WhatsApp for right now until we get everything together on the iOS side of the house. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'll see you on the other side. When I say other side, I mean I'll see you on the app. Thank you. We give God all the glory. Have a nice Saturday. Enjoy. Love you all. See you on the app. Bye.